Well, hey, my Insta loves. Excuse the shirt as well. And this is my favorite, believe it or not, it's my favorite shirt. And it's all stretched up around the neck and stuff. But how you all doing? I hope you had a phenomenal weekend. Okay, let's get straight to the point. I had just outlined some of the new things that are going to be coming to my page, my channel, my fan page, everything. I am going to really get things revved up, okay? This week I wanted to do like I used to do. I used to do this some time ago. If you go on my YouTube page, which is Kimberly Lipstick and Fit, I used to do a lot of commentary or subject matters that illuminated certain issues within fitness and obesity and things of that sort from a big girl's perspective, from someone literally going through it, okay? And one of the things that's been on my heart heavily, because of some of my own personal issues, I said, you know what I need is, as unveiling as I am, I'm a very candid person, very open with my life, to what I want people to know. But what you do know, trust me, there's so much more you don't know. But for what I do know, what I want people to know, I'm very open about it because I believe it's part of, one, my ministry, two, it's my mandate, okay? For me, being a Christian, I believe that we are supposed to be a living testimony. And the Word of God says we overcome by the power of our testimony. And so I, even sometimes reluctantly, will share things, usually on a personal level with my clients. When I'm doing coaching, that's one of the things that I horn in on, okay, is let's get down to the root issues. What's really going on here? I really believe that a lot of our eating disorders, issues within obesity or what have you, has nothing to do so much with the food. And I feel me on this, okay? Because with genetically modified foods and all this stuff, it's causing some very adverse effects and ailments and carcinogenic things, within our body. So I'm not taking away from the food industry and how they're poisoning us on medicines and all kinds of stuff. But aside of that, it would be much easier for us to overcome our eating disorders or our obsession or oral fixation, as I like to call it, on food, okay? And it's easier said than done. And you know how, and let me give you this, how you know it's easier said than done? I get a lot of people that inbox me all the time, what is it that you do? When they see me, they see all these workout videos and they are just like, oh, I could do that. If she looked like that, I can do that, honey. My body it has been contoured, sculpted, and so forth because of exercise, but primarily it has been because of my eating habits. And I can tell within a week when I get off track, oh honey, y'all know when I'm off track because I ain't taking no pictures. How about that? When I take pictures, I'm feeling myself. Okay, but if they ain't coming off, I'm gonna tell you, it shows very quickly. And so the issue with me was I am, or have been, an emotional eater, okay? And a lot of us are. And we need to horn in on the true issues that are going on with us. When I talk to my clients, half the time we're not really hungry. Food is nothing more than fuel. We don't have to overindulge the way that we do, but when we allow life circumstances and issues to weigh in on us, some people use crack, some person may use heroin, another person may choose to sniff paint, someone else may choose a bottom of a bottle, another person may choose to use sex. We all have our vices. Pick your poison. My thing is, when you pick your poison, please clearly identify with it being just that. And so we cannot continuously abuse ourselves by using various means to make us feel better or grant us comfort. And for a lot of us women that was like me, 330 pounds, food has always been my comfort. There's a lot of things that's happened to me within my life. I'm not going to go over those things, but they did contribute to me overindulging in food and allowing food to primarily be my comfort. I didn't have it. I wasn't promiscuity wasn't my issue. drugs was my issue. I did like drinking. I get me a drink, you know, I'll go in on that, but it's very fleeting. But food, there was a different power there. And I'm gonna try not to cry on this one because this is very deep for me. And as I had said, this week's topic is gonna be eating disorders. And for me, food was my escape. It made me feel happy when I had a pretty big family growing up, and so what we do, we celebrate with food, and I would cook for my brothers and things of that sort, and people loved my cooking, and believe it or not, I would get a lot of love when it's like, oh, Kim cooking, you know, people loved my food, they love my cooking. To this day, I don't cook as much. I'll cook my healthy food, but sometimes I just, if I'm not cooking for a large event or something, like, I don't like to do it because I was so accustomed to making these large portions of food. As a child, and I'm not going to go through all my issues and things that I had to overcome, but I was what you call a closet eater. I wouldn't eat in front of people. I would, the issue was I was growing up very fast. My body was developing very fast. I believe that has a lot to do with genetically modified foods, why your 12-year-old girls are looking like 35-year-old women. And I believe that was one of the things that's going on with me. And also, I come from a line of women that are, they're plus size in the essence of very, very curvy, with hips, boobs, butts, big legs, and I looked like a grown. I did, but it was some of it I couldn't help. Other parts of it I probably could. But when different people's like, oh, you know, she's getting too big, and what's this and that, and so that in paired with other issues that was going on with me in my adolescence, food became my comfort, and I would overindulge. I would just eat, and my family never seen me eating. Very seldom. They may have seen me eat during dinner time, but most of the time I would eat when no one was around. And when that happened, which wasn't often, I would have to eat quickly, and so I would almost get myself sick. And but it was my joy, it's my happiness, is the one time I can control and just be emotionally fulfilled, so I thought. That subsided. My parents got me help. My mom confronted me on it because all the dishes would be, to one point when she couldn't find none of her dishes. Well, all her dishes were in my bedroom, hidden under the mattress, hidden in the dresser drawers. And the reason why I would hide those things was because I didn't want to, if I put the dish back, I would have to confront the fact that I had a problem and that I was hiding from, or because if you eat something, you put it back and that's it, and you're done. But that wasn't the case with me. And it wasn't until I got a little bit older I was able to do some psychoanalysis on myself. I don't count out counselors and therapists and psychologists and all those different people, but when I did go to them, they were, in my opinion, a crock of shit, and wanted to give me meds and stuff, and I was like, no, I'm gonna deal with this head on. So I had to combat that, and recently, due to my emotions, I found myself overindulging one day, and I was really mad because I lost control of my emotions, and it pissed. And I'm a very strong person, but there was something I had been going through that was, I didn't tell no one. I was just really, like, and y'all, I'm not prideful, but I am. I'm a tough cookie. I'm not one to ask for help often, but when I do, if I ask you for help, I need it. So don't fail me, because when you fail me when I ask you for help, there's problems. But I had a situation and I felt so out of control. Now what I did, honestly, what I did and what I ate, someone would be like, really, Kim? Like, this is not, it was a big deal for me because I knew when I ate the food that I was eating, I knew why I was eating it. I was eating it because I didn't want to deal with my emotions. I did not want to deal with an underlying truth that I had ignored for a while about myself. And so it was like, well, I'm just, you know, forget it. I'm not, this is going to be a cheat day for me and I'm going to do this and just, I overindulged in some food. Some greasy food. Now, I don't do greasy food. I don't eat. One thing you'll never find in my house is oil. Like, unless it's olive oil. I don't fry foods. I don't even like fried foods. But I had ate some fried food this day, and it was a bit much. It was, again, compared to other people, they would just be like, you're over exaggerating. But because I was conscious of what I was doing and what was going on, I knew there was a problem. So I overindulged. I sat down for a minute, and as quick as I ate the food and thought I was being fulfilled with the food, you know, when your mouth starts watering and you're about to vomit. So I didn't want no one to know, and at the time I was around people, and so I kind of gathered my stuff. I controlled myself. I was pretty much in control, but I knew I was gonna vomit. And so I go off to another bathroom far away from everyone else. I get my stuff. I take off my shirt because I didn't, you know, I knew when I vomit it's pretty bad. I don't do it often, but sometimes it happens. And I went to the bathroom, and immediately everything I had eaten, my body rejected, and it came out. And I said a little prayer while I was doing. I said, God, just let it all come out. I don't want to, whatever is in me, I want this to be the last time I ever do this. So remember, this whole week I'm gonna be doing this. We're already at 12 minutes, so I'm gonna leave it at there, and I'll do part 2 tomorrow and tell you all the rest of the story. But just know that I know a lot of you all see what I'm doing and you admire it, you're inspired, but I feel like I am a fraud. I feel like I'm a liar if I don't tell the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? And there is still some things I have to battle. I help my clients battle, and this is always going to be a process. This is, for some of us, this is our vice. You don't get up to being 330 pounds, 400 and 500 pounds and think one day you're just gonna be skinny and that's it. And all the mental bullshit goes away. It don't. It don't. So I love you, my loves, and I hope you respect, enjoy, and learn from my transparency. Okay? Allow it to help you, allow it to help somebody else.